Hi there, Pisces Collective. This is not going to be for all Pisces out there. This is only for a sliver of you that will relate to the very first card. Before I begin, I want to say my sale, 40 to 50% off my tarot and coaching services, ends on the 7th, which I believe is Friday. So please check it out. After that, everything will be going back up to full price. I will be announcing some other tarot reading offerings, but they're going to be tarot specific. I am getting pretty full in terms of my coaching. So thank you so much for all the support, and thank you for your likes, shares, comments. It does make a difference. I appreciate it. Please visit icanbecoaching.com for more information. I have lots of blog posts out there. I'm going to be putting more out there about wounds. And there's one in there right now that I want to bring your attention to because it relates to this reading that I'm going to do about healing. When people talk about healing, people all across the board, they don't mean all of a sudden, not all of a sudden, when you're done healing, like that those things won't be there. You're always scarred, right? The wounds are scabbed over, but you're aware of them as opposed to pretending they're not there. So things that used to trigger you into, like, say, avoidance or shouting or power plays or having affairs, or there's so many, right? And I'm going to be getting more decks to do more wound readings, but this is a wound reading actually. Wounds are there. Triggers will happen. The purpose of healing is to become aware enough on a conscious level so that your subconscious does not take over, and you are able to choose the reaction, the response, your path, so you can choose a better way. Okay, so someone hurts you. Do you hurt them back, or do you dialogue? That's what I'm talking about. Like, this is about becoming aware of those things that we were once unaware of, our shadows. All right, so with that giant intro, and I'm probably not going to do it for other signs, Pisces. You got it for some reason. Love you all. What is a wound that has been triggered in a relationship that is either in your recent past or your current present? Collectively, what is a wound that you guys have had to face? Wow, inner child. Here's the thing though, I almost never get this card. I actually want to say I've never in my life gotten this card done. Does that mean you've healed? I don't think so. I think it's saying, well, it does say lesson learned. I think you walked away. I think you walked away from something. Now, the reason you walked away, let me just double check, is perhaps because your inner child was triggered in some way. This is not going to be about external triggers, right? This is about inner triggers. So your inner child was activated, the dark parts, let's say, and you walked away. You're like, lesson done, I'm done. Wash my hands, moving on. I don't know what it was about, but I do want to ask next, how does the person on your mind actually feel about you at this time? What is something they wish to tell you? Pisces' person, or the person that they think they're done with. And then we're going to get into what lessons you're supposed to learn. I lost sight of what was important in our connection. I don't know if that recorded, but I'll repeat it. I lost sight of what was important in our connection. Okay, so this is definitely something that you may still think that you're perfect. Okay, look. You were meant to learn something about yourself in this connection that we have connected with, and it's a childhood wound. So I'm going to ask Spirit for more clarification. What is the childhood wound that was triggered for Pisces within that connection? Okay, it's still going on. Spirit really doesn't want to talk about it for some reason. Okay. Wow. Okay, so it's a big one. Wow. All right, so I almost don't want to show it to you, but you felt, yeah, like that card said, they lost sight of what was important in your connection. And so you felt like you were thrown away. I think you then in turn did the same, right? How easily I can relate that to things that people experience in their childhood from their caregivers and from maybe their peers. So maybe you felt discarded. So that's a big one. Now, this is not a long video, so I don't want to overplay my hand, but, and we're already at 6 minutes. How do you feel about yourself? I got this one again. 9 of Swords. Okay. A lot of cards. 2 of Pentacles, passion, legal issues, black magic. You have a back and forth here. Yeah, you're going within. And also, this is probably good advice from Spirit, the Hermit. Now, you're still wondering like what it was that was activated within you in that connection. You released it. I see that. And maybe you're still dealing with some sort of legal repercussions or karmic related to it. You have passion for something. I hope for yourself. I hope it's not for that person. You're trying to be balanced. And I want you to know that if you're in your head about it and you can't sleep at night, it's most likely regarding watching if karma will play out or not. I feel that for some of you. What is Spirit's advice for you for this wound that you have? For understanding it, for healing it, for working through it. I knew it. So that Hermit that came out earlier in the deck and I said was advice from Spirit to go within, it's reiterating it to you. Go within yourself. Take that lantern. Wow. It's like you're going to go from this person in this deep, dark, cavernous cave, which is your subconscious, and you're going to come out the other side into the sunlight, which is openness, which is authenticity, which is transparency. One more piece of advice, please, for Pisces. Again, I urge you, I will be posting a lot on my blog soon, and I urge you to take a look at, slow and steady. I urge you to take a look at the offerings that I have out there for coaching and more tarot. All right, Knight of Pentacles. This is going to be a slow process for you. Oof, yeah. You need to be able to discern what relationships currently, okay, and in the future, but currently are actually reciprocal. Not like tit for tat, but you give and you receive. Now, maybe you need to also work on receiving. Maybe you're a giver. Maybe you've given way too much. I do feel that for some of you. This is going to be a slow journey into your own shadows. Working through your shadows, I knew that intro was for a reason. Working through your shadows is a process and it takes time. And honestly, a lot of people might be right. Maybe it doesn't end, but it doesn't mean that you don't get to live while you're journeying into your shadow realm, while you're trying to see why do I feel like I was put out in the trash? because that relationship didn't work out. What was it? Did my parents or parent or guardian or peers do that to me? Do I value other people's opinions of who I am more than I value my own opinion of who I am? That should never be the case. You never allow, never, no, Spirit is saying this, never allow other people to tell your story to you. You know your story better than anyone else. You know your value better than anyone else. Be confident enough to show it. But you first need to go within and find out what you really think about yourself. How much do you value yourself? Who are you really? I want to get one more card just because I don't know. I just feel like I need to. So this is a little bit longer than I wanted. What is your true, as a collective, right? What is your true identity? How does Spirit see you? How about that? The Spirit sees you as you really are. How beautiful. King of Cups. Someone who is so very well versed in the emotional realm. They don't need to speak everything. They know everything. They know all there is to know about the watery depths of the subconscious, of the emotions, of themselves, of other people. They can, you know what, if they want that, yeah, that King of Cups honestly can get his way or her way or their way with whoever they want whenever they want, because they're masters of emotion. Now, use your power wisely. Spirit is saying you have the maturity and the love of the most loving card in the deck, the King of Wands. All right? With that, love you, Pisces. Best wishes.